Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. We all want to learn things fast and efficiently, right? Well, today we're going to cut through the noise and focus on building those good habits, the ones that actually stick around.
That's exactly it. And we're going to take a really practical approach. We're going to zero in on using a journal notebook to build those positive habits.
It's funny how such a simple tool can be so powerful, right?
Yeah, and we'll be drawing on some great insights from the Lestallion journal, which a lot of you are probably familiar with.
Oh, for sure. I've seen them around. They're designed for emotional well-being, but also specifically for building those good habits, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so our mission today is to understand why a dedicated journal can be so effective for this. Why a journal? Not just, random notes on your phone or whatever. What's the big deal about journaling for positive habits?
Well, I think it comes down to having a dedicated space, a place where you can really focus on your intentions and track your progress.
Right, like a designated area for those thoughts, instead of them just floating around in your head.
Exactly. When you write things down, it makes them more real, more tangible. It's like you're making a commitment.
I see, so it's almost like an accountability thing.
Yeah, and there's something about the physical act of writing that really reinforces the idea. You're not just thinking about it, you're putting it out there in the world.
And then you can go back and look at it, right?
Yeah, you can see how you're doing, what's working, what's not.
So consistency is key here, right? I mean, we've all started a journal.
Oh, I know, the best of intentions, right? You start out strong and then it fizzles out.
Exactly. So how do you keep that momentum going?
It's about making it a habit itself, right? Like any other habit, you need to build that routine. And that's where those features in journals like the Lestallion come in.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just about the act of writing, but the actual journal itself can help.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, first off, the paper quality. It might seem like a small thing, but having a nice, smooth paper that feels good to write on.
Oh, yeah, I get that. Makes it more enjoyable, right?
Exactly. You're more likely to stick with it if it feels good. And then there are things like the table of contents and the numbered pages.
Okay, so how do those help?
Those help you stay organized. You can easily find your past entries, you can track your progress, you can see how far you've come.
It's like a roadmap of your journey, right?
Absolutely. You can flip back and see where you started, what challenges you faced, and how you overcame them.
That's pretty cool. It reminds me of this time I was trying to get into meditation.
Yeah.
I was really struggling to make it a daily habit.
Yeah, meditation can be tough to stick with.
It is. So I started keeping a little journal, just a few lines after each session, how I felt, any insights I had, what distractions came up, that sort of thing.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and looking back on it later, I realized I was actually making progress. I could see those periods of distraction getting shorter. I was feeling more calm. It was really encouraging.
It's amazing how journaling can give you that objective view of your own experience, isn't it?
Totally. So, we know journaling is good, but let's be real. Building positive habits is hard. There are always obstacles and distractions, right?
Oh, absolutely. Life gets in the way. We get busy, we get stressed, we lose focus.
Exactly. So how does a journal help with that?
Well, for one thing, it's a place to refocus. When you're feeling overwhelmed, you can go back to your journal and remind yourself of your goals.
Like a reset button.
Yeah, exactly. It brings you back to your priorities. And it's also a great place to break down those big, intimidating goals into smaller, more manageable steps.
Right, because sometimes those big goals can be paralyzing.
Totally. But if you can break it down into something you can do today, this week, then it feels less overwhelming. And you can use your journal to track those smaller wins.
And those small wins add up, right?
Exactly. They give you that momentum, that sense of accomplishment that keeps you going.
So it's not just about writing down what you did, but also about reflecting on it, right?
Absolutely. You want to look for patterns, identify what's working, and adjust your approach if necessary.
And some of the Lestallion journals have those dashed line pages, right? Do those help with that?
Oh, they definitely can. That structure can make your entries more organized, easier to review, and help you spot those patterns. And don't forget about that little back pocket some of them have.
Oh, yeah. What's that for?
You can use it to store things like little reminder cards or to-do lists. Just keeps everything together.
So it's like a little toolkit for building good habits all in one place.
Oh.
Okay, so we've talked about the how. Let's talk about the what. What kind of journal is best for this?
Well, like we've been talking about, quality matters. You want a journal that feels good to use, one that's durable and well-made.
Like it's an investment in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a journal like the Lestallion, with its thick paper, it's less likely to bleed through.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Right. It makes the whole experience more enjoyable. And those numbered pages and table of contents, they make it so much easier to stay organized.
So it's not just about the immediate writing experience, but the journal itself can support your long-term habit-building journey.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm convinced. Let's hear a story.
Yeah.
Give me an example of how this actually works in real life.
Okay, so picture Sophia. She's a college student and she's feeling super overwhelmed. Classes, exams, social life, the whole deal.
College is a lot.
It is. So Sophia is struggling to stay organized, to make time for self-care, to just keep her head above water.
Sounds familiar.
Right. So she decides to give this journaling thing a try. She gets herself a Lestallion journal and starts setting some small, achievable goals. Things like going for a short walk every day, planning her study time, and just taking a few minutes for herself each day.
Small steps, I like it.
Yeah, it's all about those small steps. And the key is she used her journal to track those steps, to reflect on how she was feeling, and to notice any connections.
So it was more than just a to-do list.
Exactly. It was a way for her to become more aware of her own habits and behaviors.
And what happened? Did it work?
It did. Over time, Sophia started feeling more organized, her grades improved, and she felt better overall. The journal helped her build those positive habits and see the real impact they were having on her life. Oh, and remember that back pocket we talked about?
Yeah.
Sophia used that to keep her daily to-do lists. It kept everything organized and aligned with her goals. Plus, she loved how the smooth paper felt when she wrote. It made the whole journaling experience more enjoyable. And I have a friend, he used a Lestallion journal to establish a good morning routine.
Mornings can be rough.
Oh, tell me about it. He was always rushing around feeling stressed. But he used the journal to plan out his morning, step by step. Wake up, stretch, have a healthy breakfast, that kind of thing. And it made a huge difference. He felt calmer, more in control, and it set a positive tone for his whole day.
Wow, so those little changes can really have a ripple effect, huh?
They really can. It's amazing.
So we've heard the stories, we know it works, but for those of us just starting out, what are some tips for making this journaling thing really effective?
Well, first off, be specific with your goals. Don't just say, I want to be healthier. Break it down. What does that actually look like? What small steps can you take each day? And your Lestallion journal, you can use it to really define those steps clearly.
Write it all down. Got it. What else?
Track your progress daily. Make it a habit to note whether you engaged in your target habits. And be honest with yourself. It's okay if you miss a day. Just acknowledge it and move on. The lined pages in the Lestallion are perfect for keeping track of all of this.
So it's a record of your efforts, not a judgment of your successes or failures.
Exactly. And then schedule regular reflection time. Maybe once a week. Take some time to review your entries, look for patterns, see what's working, what's not. The numbered pages and table of contents in the Lestallion will make that so much easier.
Like we said before, it's like having a roadmap of your journey.
Exactly. And when you feel your motivation slipping, use prompts. Write down questions in your journal that reconnect you with your purpose. Why is this habit important to you? How will it improve your life? Reminding yourself of those reasons can really help.
It's about tapping into that deeper motivation.
Exactly. And lastly, be patient. Building habits takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep going, keep writing, and trust the process.
Consistency is key. So let's talk long term. What are the benefits of sticking with this journaling thing? It's not just about reaching those initial goals, right?
It's so much more than that. It's about developing a mindset of continuous growth and self-awareness. And a journal like the Lestallion, with its durable cover and all those pages, it can really become a record of your journey. You can look back and see how far you've come, how much you've learned. It's really amazing.
It's the testament to your commitment to yourself.
It is. And that regular reflection, it deepens your understanding of yourself. You start to see your own patterns, your strengths, your weaknesses. And that awareness is so powerful. It allows you to make more intentional choices in all areas of your life.
So it's not just about the habits themselves, it's about the skills and the self-awareness you develop along the way.
Exactly. And let's not forget the mental health benefits. Journaling can be incredibly therapeutic. It's a safe space to process your emotions, to work through challenges, to practice mindfulness.
So it's good for the mind and the soul, basically.
It really is. I have a family member who used a Lestallion journal to track their progress on a really big long-term goal. They worked on it for years, and they fill up several journals. And now, looking back on those journals, it's not just a record of what they did, it's a reminder of their resilience, their determination, and their ultimate success. It's incredibly inspiring.
That's so powerful. So to wrap things up, what's the big takeaway here? What do we want people to remember about journaling for positive habits?
I think the key point is that a journal notebook, especially one like the Lestallion, it's not just a notebook, it's a powerful tool for personal growth. It helps you clarify your goals, track your progress, and make those positive changes that you've been wanting to make.
It's about taking those wishes and turning them into actions, and then reflecting on those actions to create lasting change.
Exactly. It's about being intentional, consistent, and self-aware. And those qualities, they're essential for building positive habits and creating a life that you truly love.
So here's a challenge for you. Think about one small positive habit you want to cultivate. Maybe it's drinking more water, or going for a walk each day, or just taking 5 minutes to meditate. Whatever it is, start tracking it in a journal. And really pay attention to how you feel, what challenges you face, and how those small actions start to add up.
And if you're looking for a journal that will support you on that journey, check out the Lestallion. It's a fantastic tool, and it might just be the key to unlocking your full potential.
So go out there, get yourself a journal, and start writing your own success story. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.